Hi and good evening, everyone. My name is Albert, and this is VlogsBoutNothin. Thank you very much for taking the time out of your night to join me. I really appreciate that. We're just fresh off of a shower vlog, you feel me? Number 2 out of the 4 videos that we stream here every day on the channel. In case you didn't already know, this is a channel, that read the description, obviously, because I want everybody to, familiarize themselves in a kind of constant way, but I, in fact, host a show called Vlogs About Nothing. And if you're new to the channel, the channel offers a variety of different kinds of, speeches and conversation and commentary as it pertains to nothing, to more of nothing, to, larger concepts that we all try to discuss in the best positive way, possible, in terms of just humorously laughing at all of the fallacies that are currently going on in the world, with all due respect, absolutely, to the real impacts it has. But nonetheless, humor is a way of dealing with different contemporary social issues. You feel me? And I do this because irony and satire really push the limits in terms of how creative a person can be. And I just really am kind of like at a point in my life where I'm realizing a few things pretty quickly. Pretty quickly, I mean, if you haven't already been 36 years old, and have gone through your handful of young and midlife existential crisis, then maybe you can't relate, especially because the times are changing so much that, like, not many people can ever help any members of the generation they're born in because of the lack of experience that all of our cohort group has in regards to knowing, or guessing in a safe kind of a way what the future holds for us. Link in the description below. I stumbled upon this really cool documentary, okay? And it talks in a really, really educational and articulate way about how we, as a group of people, as the global population is concerned, will sooner than later need to deal with the realization that there will be no jobs. And I can't stress this enough because, as I just said, we poke fun and we bring light to many different topics of discussion with, irony and satire and so forth. But there's no joke here. I mean, we can joke about what hasn't happened yet, but one thing to be certain about is that the replacement of all jobs is going to happen sooner than we realize. And the implications of such are astounding. It's absolutely remarkable to understand or to visualize a world where human beings just simply aren't needed in the same kind of a way they have been, as it concerns, our relationship with the environment and our cohort group and generations below and above us. I mean, everything is going to change. Absolutely everything. How we live our lives, how we spend our money, how we earn that money. Where it's just the economy is going to change. And by the economy changing, we really, really have to do our best job moving forward to anticipate the problems that are going to come with the mass implementation of humanoids, powered by AI, as well as the overlapping concept that human beings will not be needed for any kind of work. Again, the thing is, what jobs will be needed that require humans are going to be so far in between, specialized, and not, by volume available for everybody. It's just math. I'm not even that good at math, but I know, some basic stuff as it concerns singularity, as it concerns quantum, sort of the introduction of quantum bit processing, in a world that will only be improved if we as people demand that everybody has equal access to what otherwise could potentially be a very, very bad situation for all of us. Now, when I say all of us, I do in fact mean every human being on this planet, without a doubt. I mean, our actions moving forward are going to implicate how we are going to survive in the future. I mean, this is big stuff, ladies and gentlemen. It really is. And what a fun time to be talking about this stuff when, a lot of us have anticipated these things for quite some time, but to little no avail in the actual real world applications of all of the things that many intellectuals have hypothesized for nearly a century. It's time, and I know that that's scary. I know that the thought of change, of rapid change, can be frightening. I understand this. Human beings don't really like change. We like things to be the way that they are because we want to preserve all of the sanctity that we have and all of the, emotions and all of our own individual lives and personalities and potentialities, you feel me? So it's really important that we discuss these things before other people make decisions that are at best on information that has not been proven to be reliable and or conclusive, meaning that yes, we are in fact going to have to be the population of human beings to work out the kinks as it comes to the mass implementation of what, again, we can watch this video in 15 years, right? I'll ask my humanoid robot helper to sort of play this message in the metaverse so that we can remind ourselves that it happened and that it happened regardless of what we did to prevent it, what we did to discuss it, what we did to enable it. It's happening, and so it's really important that we really lose all of the old rhetoric as it concerns the economy, as it concerns jobs, as it concerns socialism, as it concerns, the hybridization of socioeconomic policies that are in fact going to be demanded. Instead of trying to create and save jobs that aren't going to need to be performed by human beings in all levels of all industry, we should really, really start discussing financial plans as it concerns the longevity and the stability of peace throughout the modern and industrialized world. Because if we don't, what's going to happen is a modern battle for resources. And when we reach a point as human beings where we knowingly manufacture war based on the premise of obtaining resources that are in fact inarguably limitless, that sort of, puts a dent on progress as it would be. Because we are entering an age where, whether you like it or not, we are going to need world peace and we are going to need a unified representation for human beings across the world. This is not time to start thinking in weird ways about people wanting to rule the world and, a one world government. I mean, ladies and gentlemen, again, certain things dictate what happens in our lives. And this is now the time where everything is going to change. So let's embrace the change. Let's get ready for the change. Let's start talking about things that matter. The socialization of UBI, of healthcare, of education, and where education stands in the modern era. There are a lot of people that have a lot to lose right now, but I don't think they realize how much more there is to gain from the loss that is inevitable and that will certainly happen even before I think we can anticipate the change. So, guys, girls, them, they, everyone out there, I just want us to be our best selves. And I want everybody to be in an opportunity of which they can capitalize on the surplus economy that, in fact, must arise from whatever kind of government we choose to use. It's more than important to understand that there will be no jobs, that there will be no way to sell people on the idea that they can improve their own lives if they work real hard and get lucky. Because that's a thing of the past. And we should be celebrating that idea, the unalived idea that makes people work 50 years of their life to enjoy 10 at best, while the other rest of the years are spent sleeping. I know that I'm trying to be awake as much as I can. You understand? Because as much as I like sleeping, I know that statistically, sleeping is like 1/3 of what all of us do in an average life. So there's really not much time, to sort of divvy out as it would be in our responsibilities towards our community and, the people around us. And oftentimes we've used this very ideology as an excuse that's been fraught with violence and war and exploitation. All of these things can be things of the past. They no longer need to be an issue. Public policy should be focused and revolved around the care of the human being. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time, okay? So fasten your seatbelt, put on your favorite science fiction movie, because, you thought Blade Runner was cool. I mean, just Christmas in 2034. You feel me? Can you imagine that? I know that I can, and I know that I'm very looking forward to it. I know that the potentiality of there being global peace, stability, and an overall sort of feeling of collectiveness is possible. It is possible. And we don't have to go through more wars. We don't have to experience anything catastrophic to grow up. Because if we did, that would make us all insane. And I know better. I know that we're not. I know that as people, we're better than that. And that it doesn't require some life-altering tragedy to realize what's important and what's not. Especially when the empirical evidence is so overwhelming that there's no time for debate. There's no time to discuss the what ifs or to hypothesize what we could have done. We've done it. It's been done. So let's move forward. Let's embrace everything, guys. Seriously, we should be celebrating. I don't understand. There's no reason not to celebrate, the evolution of our species. And I think that people that, go against this very sort of naturistic, biological kind of a thing are selfish at best, in terms of the world's a big place and there's enough room around this place for all of us. And nobody should have to suffer from hunger or age-old problems of the past that are essentially just manufactured lifestyles from other greedy human beings who don't think that you deserve anything more than a life of debt and servitude. When, we're about to be in a world where we can eradicate debt and evolve as human beings into the people that I know that we can be. Kind, compassionate, caring, sympathetic, willing to help, willing to be a part of a team that wants to win, but not at all costs. And that is definitely willing to take losses when we have to, as it would be for the importance of the collective conscious. Seriously. I mean, I think it's real important, guys, and I really find that, this opportunity I've been given to sort of voice my social commentary is something that, I'm going to ride with until the wheels fall off, because it's important. There's nothing more important than nothing. Don't you get it? Vlogs About Nothing. My name is Albert. Thank you again so much for your time. If you're not already a subscriber and if you've made it this far in the video, consider subscribing. I really appreciate you. It helps the channel grow tremendously. And the sooner we have hundreds of thousands of people in this very place, exposed to this kind of commentary and willing to be flexible in understanding that I'm simply trying to sell the truth, and I'm trying to be, removed in that I'm excited to be a part of it. And I think we should all be excited about the future. But in order to be excited about the future, we got to be ready and willing to work to change things that people have made a huge problem for everybody all over the world. And so I hope that you guys have a lovely evening, all right? Bye.